It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, Frank Show. It's time for the show. Aloha headsets, Frank here, and welcome to a new Sunday series called Early Access Reviews, where we take a look at games that will be soon coming to PlayStation VR that have just been released for early access on PC. Now, for those of you that don't know, early access allows the developer to get a little money for a game and work with the community to perfect and better their game before a full launch. And today's game is one of those. Now, a handful of developers do use this as just a cash grab, and they never really update their game, but a lot of other developers and most do listen to community comments, make a better product, and eventually release something awesome and hook up all the people that stuck with them from the start. Now, we are looking at a new title called In Death from Solfar Studios. Solfar Studios is based in Iceland, and they created Everest, which released with mixed reviews. But I'm really liking this new direction that the studio is taking. Rather than focusing on a narrative and scripted gameplay, they have procedurally generated dungeon crawling. But is it any fun? Well, that's what you're here to find out. Now, before I get started, they did give me a key to this, but as you guys all know, my opinion cannot be purchased. Now, finally, if you enjoy this video and you want to stay up to date on everything VR and in the loop on all the latest releases, consider subscribing. Now, on to the show. First up, story. Sick of the drab world of flat gaming, you purchase a used Oculus Rift off Facebook from a mysterious man known only as Sanctuary. Upon returning home, you find a small piece of papyrus rolled up in the cord. On it, a game key. You enter the key, don the headset, and within seconds, a strange sensation comes over your body. You can't breathe. Your vision is slowly fading. You rush to remove the headset, but it's too late. You awake in the clouds, surrounded by an ever-changing maze of medieval structures and foul creatures armed with a magical bow and arrow. You are given a choice: return to life or fight your way through purgatory in death. Honestly, there really isn't any narrative at the moment, but I do hope they add in a little something. Visuals. The character models in this one are really nice. The environment still needs a little work, which I'm cool with right now. Each enemy has a distinct look, and they're so well realized that when it comes to an attack, it really feels like they have presence. It's quite alarming at times, and when overwhelmed, you really feel it. I appreciate the medieval setting, but as of now, it's really more of just gray hallways. I think a few more embellishments could go a long way, and a bump in resolution could bring it all together. Audio. Spatial audio is fantastic, music is creepy and fitting, and every shot you land carries a satisfying punch. The team did a superb job creating an atmospheric sound that matches the foggy setting, and like the visuals, it really helps to entrance you in their world. Gameplay. Now, by this point, I'm sure some of you have played at least a dozen bow and arrow games, but I have to say this is one of the tightest I've played in a while. Hitting the bowstring feels natural, the drop-off is perfect, and rapid shooting is possible and feels great. There is an experimental free movement system, but it has some issues with changes in elevation. Luckily, the teleport mechanics are pretty cool. You can choose to shoot a teleport arrow, and you flash to where it lands, or quick toss a teleport shard, one of my new favorite mechanics, and it blinks you over to where it lands. Traversal allows for improvisation, and it's done so well, I ended up using teleport more often than free movement. Progress is accomplished by completing achievements, and because the enemies and environments are procedurally generated, every playthrough is different and more difficult than the last. Each level of Purgatory is composed of 3 static areas and 1 fixed boss area. There is also a small shop where you can buy health or upgrade your arrows. The concept is simple. Shoot enemies, collect gold, unlock new arrows, and complete all the achievements, but the difficulty gets brutal quick. What starts as innocent dungeon crawling becomes a ballet of dodging arrows, shield bashing groups of attackers, and aiming for that perfect shot. It's immersive, tactical, challenging, and most of all, just plain old fun. Just make sure to set it to demo mode when showing a buddy, otherwise you probably won't last too long. Issues. Now, this is still in early access, so I'm sure we'll see tons of patches between now and release. So other than what I spoke of earlier regarding visuals, the only real problem I ran into was on occasion I could teleport to spots I probably shouldn't have been able to. The difficulty is also very high, and the cost of buying an extra health point is a little bank breaking at the moment, although I'm sure a little balancing would go a long way. Luckily, there was nothing game breaking, so if you're worried this is just another early access cash grab, don't. This game is already pretty solid. Verdict. So for right around $20, you get a very solid bow and arrow shooter where every session will be different than the last. Leaderboards will have you battling for the top spot, and the challenging gameplay will have you dying over and over again. I'm enjoying In-Death and looking forward to my next trip into this atmospheric joy. This review was done on the Oculus Rift, but this game is also available on Steam, and it is coming soon to PlayStation VR. Alright, so what'd you guys think? I really think this one is going to port over to PlayStation VR beautifully, but if you have a PC right now, are you going to grab it? Let me know in the comments. If you're really looking forward to this one, please let me know in the comments. I think it's going to be awesome. I really think the community is going to love it, but as always, I'd like to hear your input. Now, thank you all for coming through. I hope you enjoyed this video. More importantly, if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Wash it off my seat. 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 Wash it off my seat.